now time for BenQ. We have Ryan Hood from BenQ presenting. Just as a reminder, keep those questions coming in the Q&A. We are monitoring them closely. And Ryan, thank you so much for being here. We're so looking forward to your presentation. Take it away. It sounds like, Ryan, you are muted.
Hello?
There we are. Now we can hear you.
Okay, just a little lag there. But yeah, so we have Felix on the line also. He's going to be doing a quick intro, and I'll go through our little quick deck for you.
Well, hi, I'm Felix Riventel, BenQ's key partner manager for the state of California, covering everything from the Kern County line to the Mexico border. Sorry, I can't get my words out this morning. BenQ offers an extensive product line, including some of the best on the market interactive displays, projectors for all type of applications, including laser, LED, lamp-based projectors, digital signage displays, as well as all types of monitors for the classroom, office, you name the application, we have it. And anyway, having said that, presenting for us today, we have Ryan Hood, one of our top field applications engineer from our newly launched training studio in the Dallas area. Take it away, Ryan.
All right, so let's look at this. I'm just going to be showing this on my video because I have a studio, as you can see, I have picture-in-picture available. So what we try to do is bring it home without having to be everywhere at every point in time. So let's talk about the RP03 board, which is the best board that's on the market right now. It's 65, 75, and 86-inch availability. First thing is that there's a lot of stuff that you don't really know about education boards. These are education boards that can also be used in corporate. We have a huge rollout, which Felix has done in Southern California for corporate, but the focus is education. There's a lot of money moving that way right now. So you can see that there's a lot of things that we have, which is the highest processor. We also have many awards for what we've actually put on the board's hardware and software in the background. There is an Azure Active Directory integrated. If you don't know what that is, please talk to me after that, because that's going to be whenever the teachers log in. They can bring the same login that they have from their computers to the boards themselves, and that includes Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive. That's all integrated. So just keep that in the back of your head. That's a big one. So the other hardware things is the Adobe Digital Certified, air ionizers built in. We also have health and safety antimicrobial screen. So literally the board that's behind me right here has a silver ionic coating on the glass that kills the germs. And so every day that you come in, it may look like there's smudges on the screen, but guess what? The germs have actually died on top of it. This is the only board in the market that has this, and teachers really like to have that in the background. On the RP03, there's the same coating on the stylus and on the remote and on the speaker grill that's on the front of the board. So that speaker grill does have Dolby Digital certified audio. So you get two 16-watt speakers and, well, 48 speakers, I guess, if you add everything up. And then you also have a subwoofer that's built into the back of the board. So we don't need any extra audio enhancement if you install a board in a room, you take everything else out, ceiling speakers or whatnot, it's all done on the board itself. So it's nice and loud and overpowers all the crazy kids that might be, yelling and screaming for the day. So we are a health and safety conscious company. So we do have sensors that are built into the actual board. So it does have literal indoor and outdoor temperature and humidity sensors that you can set on the board. As you can see here, there's also a CO2 sensor. There is a parts per million, which is a dust sensor, and there's even a TVOC. If anybody knows what TVOC is, you raise your hand, you get extra points, and I'll send you a gold star in the mail. But TVOC means total volatile organic compounds, which includes formaldehyde and asbestos. Yes, I did say those words. So it actually does detect it live and gives you readouts, which I'll touch on with our backend management here in a minute. And then on this new version, we have an air ionizer. So what the air ionizer does is actually push out positively charged ions that attach itself to all the dust that it's sensing. Okay, follow me? And it grabs the dust and then it makes it heavy so it actually falls to the ground. So it de-dust, if that's a word, your environment with the air ionizer. So you can turn that on and off also from your backend management as you really want. So that's what I was talking about with the germ resistant. So we're the only one that's really certified by the TÜV Rheinland industry, which is in Germany. You know, the Germans are very, very specific. So they verify that this actually is a germ killer. So much so that we went to the Akona Institute in Japan. So we're talking Japanese and German people that have said, yes, this does kill germs on the actual surface. But the great thing about that is that it's non-toxic. So if you're talking about kids that have certain allergies and things, it does not affect your skin. You know, I have some allergies and it does not affect my skin at all whenever I'm touching the board year after year. So it's all available to you. And let me see here, slowly going. So what's new about the O3? We have the Android 11, we have the 40 points of touch. So even if you're going to be connecting a computer with a touch cable and HDMI, or even the USB Type-C as you see here, it does do the 40 points of touch. And also the USB Type-C does have the 65 watts of charging, which is massive for you because that means video, audio, touchback, and charge is all done within one single cable that is shipped with the board, and any USB-C type data cable will also do the same thing for you. So if you wanted to extend it much longer, as long as it complies with USB Type-C, it does all that and charges your PC or MacBook within that. So that's a big one. All right, so let's look into some other things. We have a new launcher. It's kind of like a uni UI is what we call it, like it's a universal launcher. So what we have is the new widgets. So it's a nice cleaner version of what we had before. We also have some of the shortcuts and your favorite apps down here at the bottom. The shortcuts can be removed. So this is all customizable is what we're saying. So you can take off your favorite apps, your widgets and whatnot that you want to see or not see. Because the teachers can do some pretty cool things. And we also have the sidebars, like I was saying, the front ports. So if you don't want to be reaching around and trying to plug things in, we have HDMI, USB Type-C right on the front, and even some USBs so you can plug in and just show a presentation. So if it's an ad hoc meeting, plug in the USB, it'll come up for you right away. Also the air ionizer, and then this is a big one, is the mic array. So right here on the front of our boards, you can see it down at the bottom, is an 8-array microphone. So this is very similar to any of the sound bars that you've been seeing, but it's built into it. So at any one point in time, I can start a screen recording and it does a full screen record and picks up my voice, even if I'm away from the board. I don't have to be close to it. It does up to about 20 feet away or so. And if you're, let's say, a classroom environment, if you're going to ask a question over here and the student's going to answer over here, it's smart enough to know which voice is louder and pick up that individual voice and record it. So that's great if you have a student that was out for the day, or if you need to just record a lesson for a substitute. That's all built into the board. There's no extra software that needs to be downloaded or paid for from this from the board itself. So we do have the NFC sensor, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second, and some basic controls that see the environment. So the other thing that is built into the board itself that you don't have to purchase or download something random, we have InstaShare 2, which supports Miracast natively and supports split screen and then all the annotation tools and everything. If you do download the InstaShare app, what's great is that I can have my computer sitting at the back of our room. Let's say, any kind of presentation, any kind of school environment, have it cast to the board with InstaShare 2. I can control who's casting to the board with some security protocols, which basically just says, so-and-so's device wants to cast to the board. You can allow or deny. So that's a great thing that it's not just going to pop up on any random board. So if you hit allow, your screen is right there. Your PC, your MacBook, your Chromebook. So if you do have a PC or MacBook, now you can take that device, it doesn't have to be connected, and then you can touch back remotely. So it doesn't have to have a cable plugged in. So it's all remote touchback and control with InstaShare 2. So that's a big, big, powerful thing. So we can cast InstaShare 2, we can cast Chromebooks, MacBooks, natively AirPlay and Miracast all at the exact same time with that split screen. And with the app, you have the full touchback on it. So it's a big, big, big thing that people really, really want right now. Let's go into the other things, which is EasyWrite 6. So right on the board, you already have a perfect whiteboard for you. What this allows you to do is open up what's called the IWB files. If you're not familiar with that, it's just like an international whiteboard. It's just a basic canvas of objects that can be moved around. So this includes any type of smartboard, any type of Promethean. We can actually export all of those files into the IWB and then open them within our canvas right away. That's pretty huge because a lot of people are migrating from those two names to us, because now we can have the IWB EasyWrite 6 on the board. It comes right away, and then also we have it for PC, Mac, and we have it for web. That's major power for you, for your teachers, or for anybody that needs to transfer a document. So I can be at home. Let's just pretend I'm a teacher, and I can work on my presentation. I can import all kinds of different things. I can import videos, web links, all kinds of different stuff that you want to see. Save it to your cloud, your Google Drive, for instance. And now you can see on my computer, or my board behind me, that I'm logged in under my name. So whenever I'm logged in under my name and I've saved that to the cloud, I can then, within the EasyWrite Android environment on the boards, pull that same exact thing down. And now I can open it and move things around. It's not just flatten it out like a PDF. Now they're all objects that are all available to be moved left and right and used. So my camera stopped for some reason. Let me see here. And once those are pulled down, they're all available to be used from you. And then even if you save it, you can save it what's called an EasyWrite file. So that particular file can be reopened again, even if you make edits and everything is still an object. You're not ever flattening things down within the EasyWrite environment. And I want to give you guys something right now, is that you can go online. You can just Google BenQ EasyWrite 6 download and download it right now for free. Yes, I did say free. So it's free 99. You can try it out. And also later on, if you want to contact us and we can do a web demo. Felix can come by and do an actual live demo for the board and EasyWrite. But right now you can actually try it. Try it today. You can use it free. Go have fun. Then the ecosystem that we have built in is within our AMS system. So like I was saying before, the Microsoft Azure, we have Microsoft Azure, we have Google SSO. We have a few different things that are all available to you within that particular login environment, because we want you to have the teachers log in. They have their own environment to show their show their Google Drives, because teachers live and breathe on those drives. That's what we want. That's what we recognize. So now Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, and we also have something called Box. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with that, but those can all be linked and unlinked from the IT side. So what we get with that login is an NFC card. Every single board that you would get would have one card with it. If you did forget your card, the next option you can see is a QR code login. So the teachers or whoever can actually log in with their personal device, save it to their keychain, and it will let them log in with their personal account. So those accounts can actually be moved from one board to another. So if you have somebody that's running around teaching in different spaces, or if you have a teacher that just wants to show something in like the library, for instance, you can log in at the library board and it will move your account. It'll log you out from your classroom and put it into the library. So you don't have to run back across campus and then log out to log back in. It knows where you are and it will only let you log into one place at one time. And you know, it's very, very simple. Once you set that up with Azure or Google Workspace, you don't have to worry about managing passwords for the IT side. So that's a big one for the IT guys. So yeah, there you go. That's what I was talking about. But there's that. And then once the teachers log in, their Google Drive comes with them. And also you can see, like, my background is a personalized wallpaper. They can set that as they want. Another thing that they can do is also set personal bookmarks for websites, so they can actually see what website they want to go to. So I think, there we go. That's talking about InstaShare 2. And then here's some more with Easy Write. So we do have an option. I know this is a video conferencing webinar, but this shows that you can actually do hybrid learning within Easy Write, because we do have an option for letting people join a room wherever they are. So if you open up the Easy Write and then you create a what we call cloud whiteboarding room, it will actually let people join wherever they are or join board to board. And if you're on a PC or MacBook, they can actually start live streaming their video. So they can live stream from there. They can open up the cameras. It's all done within the Easy Write environment, so you're not losing anything. You're only going to gain where you want to be and who you want to teach. And so if you're on your PC, there's also Google Classroom enabled within that. So that's a big, big thing that you can have for teachers, because that's what they want. They want to be in their Google Classroom. And also it imports all kinds of different documents, you know, the Easy Write, the IWB, but then it can also import the PDFs and the docs and all kinds of pictures to build your lessons. And then there's a cool little feature. I really want everybody to just schedule a time for me to demo this, but it's something called Team Post, where you can do a side by side and everybody has the same question, and they have their own little triple split screen. So I want to show you that. So please come back with that later. There's tons of different tools. There's the eraser. There's one that's a palm eraser, so it's very natural for you to erase from. And then let me switch gears a little bit with the DMS side. So this is the device management solution, is what we call it. So you have the teacher side that I was just talking about. You also have the IT side. So most IT guys, I'm not going to call it any names here, but you guys know that once you set it, you want to forget it. So that's what's great about this. You don't ever have to go back to the board once it's actually set up properly. It's in DMS. You can do all kinds of things within the DMS environment, which means actually managing it. You can push out a scheduler, so you can have the boards turn on at 7:30 and turn off at 4:30 every single day. So you don't have to worry about if something's turned on or off or whatnot, and you know exactly what time that you can push firmware updates. Yes, remote firmware updates are all done within the DMS client, and so that also is free 99. So you give me some prices on that for remote management. So it's really great option. I do free training for that also. And we'll get you up to speed. I have lots and lots of contacts of people that have 2,000 plus boards, 4,000 plus boards that are using device management to look at and do things within their school environment. So what I'm on right now is the Xsign Broadcast. The Xsign Broadcast will let you do, you can kind of see it there, there's a little white ticker tape there. It'll actually do a ticker tape right across the top. So you can send it to one board, you can send it to 5 boards. You can say, hey, little Billy, come to the nurse's office right away. You can do that. You can also do a whole list of different slides that you want to show. Take one of the boards, put it on a cart, take it out and say, hey, this is Meet the Teacher Night. This is where you are. It'll just cycle through those. Also, what you can do, believe it or not, is pre-record announcements or pre-record videos and have it scheduled out at a certain time. So a lot of people, you know, superintendents and principals, they love to see themselves, so they can actually do that. They can schedule themselves to be on 5 minutes after homeroom starts and have everything going there. And then you can even do live YouTube links. So it's a pretty cool option. And like I said before, this is a free 99 option. So please tell me what kind of broadcast things that you're using that are free, but that's included with one purchase of the board. So if we switch over to like your connecting workspaces, so you're going to be showing all kinds of different things. We also have webcams available. So we have the DVY 31 and 32. The 31 is a super straightforward USB. Of course, this is what's industry standard right now. And then we also have the smart 4K conference camera that comes with a remote that lets you digital zoom and crop. So if some cameras want to move around, this one actually does a digital 4K and can crop in and send that information to your computer right away. So it's a really awesome option. This is actually one of our giveaways. So we'll show you that here in just a second. Some of the other cool things we have in the background are like our rolling stand. We have a couple different types. We have slot PCs and our video cameras. But yeah, so we really focus on education, but there's lots of corporate options. But that's the RPO 3 series board in a quick 30-minute spiel. So what questions do we have?
Thank you so much. Always super, super interesting to learn about your latest interactive whiteboards. We do have a few questions here. Some of them actually came from our internal team that I've just sort of added to our Q&A. Is there handwriting recognition in the Easy Write whiteboard? What about a calculator feature?
Yes, so we have handwriting recognition, and what's really cool, I'll put a little cherry on top of that, is that we can take that handwriting recognition and turn it into, we can translate it to another language, which is super cool. So we can just basically write it out, put it into Spanish, English, French, whatever you want, and it will flip it over for you. So you can write a whole sentence out, circle it, and then translate it right away.
Oh, neat.
And there's also a calculator feature. There's a onboard basic calculator, but then there's also a quick link for the Microsoft like super crazy calculus one that will it'll open up in a browser and let you do all kinds of whatever you want for the math side. I'm not very good at math, so I have to use that all the time.
Awesome. Thank you. I have a question here. Can you connect multiple boards together for a dual display and possible a third display set up for video conferencing? Also, can you use the interactive features during a video conferencing meeting, allowing for other participants to see the markups? If so, how does that work?
Yes, so the board does support like third-party apps. Like for instance, if you want to put Zoom on there and add the board as a presenter, it'll show whatever's on the board, and you can mark up things within the Easy Write. You can also do the overlay tool, which is right back here. And this guy is super cool because you can mark up on anything. You can't see it too well. Let me change the colors so I can do that. So I can mark up anything that's on the board and use my hand as an eraser. So even if you have something plugged in, it'll overlay and you can show it on a Zoom call.
Oh, great. Thank you. Does the conference camera connect to the RPO3 for a potential conference interactive panel all in one solution?
Yeah. So what's super cool is at the very top of the board, there's actually a separate USB that you can plug those directly into. So you can plug it in there. You can run another line if you want, but yeah, it does that.
Great. And you mentioned free training. What does that look like for the end user?
Well, if it's IT or tech guys, it usually takes about 45 minutes, and I'll run through all of the background systems, the AMS, DMS, XSign. I can show them how to connect to the Azure. The teacher side, I actually have one coming up pretty soon that it'll be about an hour training for the teachers. We'll touch every button and make sure that they're very familiar with that. Also casting, and we keep it super simple. And then if they want to take another step, then we can schedule another time for that to go like on a deep dive. But my main priority is to make sure people are comfortable.
And
Great.
It's unlimited. You don't have any set number of training sessions. However, how many you need, we can schedule them.
What a terrific offering. Thanks, Felix. And thank you so much, Ryan. We do have another question here. How does your hardware, excuse me, work with third-party software such as Microsoft Whiteboard or notebook software? How does your board work with other interactive whiteboard software programs?
Yeah, so if you're using another software, it's going to be coming from like another device. So you have the USB Type-C right in the front. You have the HDMI. Also, you have the casting. So all that's going to be a 40-point touch. Well, if you're directly connected, it's going to be 40-point touchback. So it's going to be just fine for controlling it. So whatever you're used to today, that's part of my training. Is I tell you what you got today, and I put it back onto the board that we have right now.
Okay. Terrific. Well, it is time for our next giveaway, believe it or not. I want to thank Ryan Hood, our field applications engineer, and thank you so much also Felix Pimentel for being here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Thank you so much for all the questions as well. We do have a pretty awesome giveaway here today. We have the DVY32 UHD 4K video conferencing camera from BenQ. It's got a 4K UHD video, a wide angle lens, digital pan, tilt, zoom, some auto framing, minimal distortion. It really optimizes the experience for everyone. We love this camera. Thank you so much for this generous giveaway. If you could, Ryan or Felix, give me a number between 1 and 150, avoiding the numbers 15, 85, 35, and 97, since those have already been called out. We would so appreciate it.
Ryan, you pick.
Let's do 86.
Number 86. Number 86 is Perry Jones. Congratulations, Perry Jones. You are the winner of this awesome 4K BenQ conferencing camera. And thank you so much again, Ryan and Felix.